Hi guys, I hope that you're all doing really well. Today I'm going to be filming a really fun video for me. I wanted to review some TikTok viral perfumes. Now, this is not going to be your standard TikTok viral list because all of the TikTok viral fragrances are Ariana Grande Cloud, YSL Black Opium, Sol de Janeiro, etc, which I have reviewed on my channel many times in the past, but I have been diving deep into perfume talk. If you guys don't know this, I post a lot on TikTok, so you should definitely follow me over there. My @ is just demi.rawling, the same as Instagram. But yeah, so I have been watching a lot of different reviewers on TikTok, a lot of different channels, and I have seen a pattern of what fragrances they love. So the fragrances that I have here, I would consider to be really popular amongst the niche community on TikTok. So I wanted to give you guys my hot take on them and yeah, just let you know my thoughts. So let's get into the video. The first fragrance that I see recommended a lot on TikTok is commodity fragrances in general, but especially this one. This is Milk from Commodity. This is actually the Milk Expressive, but they also have Milk Personal and Milk Bold. Milk Expressive is a gorgeous gourmand fragrance that doesn't smell too sickly sweet. The notes of the fragrance are obviously a lactonic and milky note. You also have marshmallow, tonka bean, musk, some woods. It's very smooth and sweet and musky and woody and creamy, and it's just delectable, especially for the fall and winter months that are coming up. What I really appreciate about this fragrance is that it has a lactonic feeling overall, but it doesn't go too far into that milky direction, because I don't know if you guys remember this, but many years ago on my YouTube channel, I was talking about a scent from Lancôme called Lavande Trianon, I think it's called. And I still actually have that fragrance to this day. And basically the scent is lavender, milk, and vanilla. But the milky note in that scent specifically is so milky. Like, do you guys know what I mean? Like, it smells too realistic in my opinion, and every time I wore it I would feel extremely nauseous. So I just wanted to come back to this fragrance and say how much I appreciate that the lactonic vibe in here is not going too far in that direction. It just kind of brings an overall creamy and comforting feeling, which is so beautiful for the cooler weather. Longevity and projection is also very good on the scent. For me, I get around 8 hours of really good wear with a great projection. Like, people can definitely smell you with this one. So TikTok viral, is it worth it? I would say yes, definitely check this one out. For the price point, it is a fantastic gourmand fragrance, and I can see why people love it. I did also notice that on TikTok especially, people love gourmands. Like, I feel like on TikTok, gourmands are like everything. So next up we have Angel Share from Kilian. Now, not only is this a TikTok viral fragrance, but it's also of course YouTube viral, Instagram viral, any other social media platform it's viral. Even on Sniff it's viral. If you guys don't know what Sniff is, it is Pierre and I's mobile application that we launched earlier this year. It is a platform dedicated to perfumery and it's just incredible. So if you haven't downloaded it yet, you definitely should. That is my little shameless plug. But even on Sniff, Angel Share is literally one of the most popular niche fragrances. So how does Angel Share smell? It is truly incredible, you guys. Now, I have to be completely honest right now. When this fragrance first launched, I kind of turned my nose away from it. I was like, that's too sweet, that's not for me, no way, I don't like it. And I feel like I don't even know why I said that in the beginning. I felt like I just didn't want to buy into all of the hype. But in reality, when I started to try to wear the scent, it smells incredible, and I have to give credit where credit is due. This fragrance is fantastic for what it is. It's boozy, it's spicy, it's sweet. It almost smells like a spiced kind of apple pie with a booziness, and It's just incredible, you guys, like really, really intoxicating on the skin. And what I love about this fragrance is that you can smell it on yourself for hours and hours and hours. Now, for me personally, living in Dubai, I can only wear this fragrance for around 6 months of the year, because in the summer months, I just find it to be way too overwhelming, which is actually a good thing. But for me, this is strictly a fall and winter scent. I love wearing it in the cold weather, especially on like a date night. This fragrance on date night is pure perfection. So for me, Angel Share is definitely worth the hype, definitely worth the money. I think it is an absolute 12 out of 10 fragrance. Perfect for the cooler weather, like I said. And if you guys haven't tried it yet, you definitely should. I don't think it's going to be for every single human being on the planet, but if you like a spicy, kind of ambery, sweet, boozy, gourmand type of scent, you definitely should try Angel Share. And actually, I was just working on the new perfumes on Sniff, and there is a new release from Kilian called Smoking Hot, and the notes look a little bit similar to Angel Share, so I'm really excited to try that one. I'll have to let you guys know what I think, but I'm excited to try it. Anything from Kilian that has some sort of gourmand notes inside, I'm always really looking forward to trying. Now, I have 2 fragrances from Kayali. I didn't really know what one to put because this one is so obvious. Like, you guys know it, I know it, everyone knows it. It's been viral ever since TikTok even was born. This is Vanilla 28 from Kayali, and we have Yum Pistachio Gelato. I think I will talk about Yum since you guys know that this fragrance is great. Everyone knows it's great. It's Vanilla 28. It's a fantastic vanilla fragrance with brown sugar and orchid. It's sweet and deep and rich and sexy. It's a no-brainer if you like gourmand vanilla fragrances. This is truly a no-brainer. And I do want to say something quickly. I love how I'm like, I'm not going to talk about it, but then I go on a huge rant about it. If you guys are a little tired of it, you're a little bored of it, which maybe you are, maybe you're not, this is a fantastic fragrance to layer with other scents because it works really well. Because it has quite a neutral DNA, I'm not saying it's boring or anything like that, but because of its DNA, I find it really easy to layer with. So whether you want to layer it with Minuit Demi or Lyra from Casamarati or some tropical florals in your collection, it's a great fragrance to use for layering. So I just wanted to mention that really quickly. But this is viral. It has been, like I said, for years now. It's fantastic. I don't think we need to go on about it. But Yum Pistachio Gelato. I have never seen so much controversy and hype and hate and love towards a fragrance in my life than when Mona Katan launched this scent. Honestly, I feel like it completely divided the internet. Some people loved it, some people absolutely hated it. I am kind of in the middle. I definitely don't hate the fragrance. I think it's really good, but I'm also not like obsessed with it. Like, I'm not wanting to wear it every day of my life. I'm totally in love. I do really enjoy the scent, but actually I prefer Mona's newer launch, which is the wedding collection. The Silk Santal, you guys, is gorgeous. But getting on to Yum Pistachio Gelato, this is a very interesting fragrance, and I think myself, amongst a lot of other people, were expecting it to be much more gourmand. And I think that that's what threw a lot of people off when it launched, is that it's actually not that sweet. When you smell it and when you wear it on your skin, there is definitely a sweetness there, but it's not too sweet. I think everyone was expecting it to be like very thick and very heavy and very gourmand and whatever, but actually they managed to balance this fragrance out beautifully. There is definitely a very bright kind of citrus freshness in the top, along with something green and spicy. There is also, I think, a boozy note in here, a whipped cream note in here if I'm correct. Let me see. Pistachio, gelato, hazelnut, rum, whipped cream, marshmallow, cotton candy. Yeah, the notes definitely make you kind of assume that the fragrance is going to be like a gourmand bomb, but it's not at all. It definitely has something fresh and kind of cold about it. There is something spicy, like a cardamom note, but then it has something smooth and sweet about it. And I love the fragrance. I think it smells fantastic. I know I just said I'm in the middle of love and hate, but whenever I smell it, I do really love the scent. It's just not something that I'm wearing a lot of the time, if that makes any sense. The only thing I will say about this fragrance that did disappoint me a little bit is the longevity and projection. And if I could ever give any feedback to Kayali, it would be to maybe work on the performance of their fragrances a little more, because some of them perform really well, like the Vanilla Royale Sugared Patchouli. That one is a beast. And some of them are a little weaker, like Yum Pistachio Gelato. But I do really enjoy the scent. I think it's fantastic, and I do think it's worth a sniff. So that is my thoughts on Yum Pistachio Gelato. The next fragrance that I have seen making its way around TikTok is Guidance from Amouage. Again, this is another one that not only is it going viral on TikTok, but it's also really popular on YouTube and Instagram, especially Miss Curly-Scent's Andrea. This is her #1 favorite perfume in the entire world. People that love this fragrance love this fragrance. Like, I noticed that people that love the scent, it is like their #1 perfume in the entire world. Like, people are going crazy for Guidance, and it's another fragrance that I feel like is a true ultimate holy grail love, or it's an absolute hate. I haven't ever really smelled something so unique as Guidance. And I think that that's what kind of not disturbed me about the scent, but threw me off, is because I don't understand exactly what is going on in this fragrance. It's so unique. And also I want to say, just because the creator of this fragrance is Kantan Bish and it's in a pink bottle, it doesn't smell like Delina at all. So forget that, because I remember when it first launched, a lot of people were like, oh, it's just like Delina. It's not at all like Delina, so don't expect a Delina dupe right here. Now, Guidance is so interesting. I know I just said it, but it is so peculiar. Now, in this fragrance, you have notes of pear, you have vanilla, you have rose, you have some frankincense, you have a really interesting note of hazelnut, which you definitely smell. For me, the most prominent notes in here are the pear. The pear is very obvious in the fragrance, but it's a very natural smelling pear note. Usually in fragrances, pear can come across very synthetic, very sweet, and very juvenile. In Guidance, it smells really realistic. Now, I also pick up a lot of that nuttiness going on, and I also get the frankincense note a lot in the dry down. So it kind of almost reminds me of like a nutty, watery, slightly fruity-ish, smooth, creamy. I have no idea, you guys. Like, it's so hard to explain how this fragrance smells, but those are the type of words that come to mind when I smell it. It's nutty, but not dense. Like, it's very smooth. It has that kind of pear essence going on, but it also has a wateriness going on, but it also has something a little bit almost metallic going on. It's very unique. And another thing that I want to say about Guidance, because I've tested it many times, because I really wanted to be like Andrea, like from Curly Scents. I wanted to be ride or die for the fragrance. And so I tried to continue to wear it, because I saw so many people online, you guys, hyping the fragrance, saying it was the best scent in the world. And although I do think a lot of you will smell this and think it is the best fragrance that exists on the market today, and others will think, what is the hype here? So I definitely recommend you guys to go out and pick up a sample of this one. Another thing that is really good about the fragrance is that it is beast mode. This is a beast mode fragrance, because I actually took it on summer vacation with me to get used to it and start to wear it and go out with it. It lasts, you guys, all day long, like 10+ hours on my skin with a huge projection. It lasts forever. And another thing that I did want to say about the scent is that from everyone that I've spoken to about Guidance, it is their biggest compliment getter. This sounds like I'm trying to sell it to you right now. I'm not at all. I just want to give you as much information about the scent as I can, and literally everyone that wears Guidance gets compliments with the scent. Everyone. And actually I remember when we were in Milan for Exons earlier this year, I saw Andrea at a party and I gave her a hug and I was like, whoa, what is your perfume? And she told me it was Guidance, because I know it's like her signature scent now and it's the only scent that she wants to wear. But it really is a big compliment getter. It's extremely strong, very unique, and on some people's skin, it's gonna be the best fragrance that you ever smelled. So definitely check it out. It is worth the hype, but you're gonna have to test it. This is a fragrance typically that I would say never, ever, 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 and listen to me right now, never blind buy this one. You need to test it first. Another TikTok viral scent is Nishane 100 Silent Ways. You can see that I wear this scent sometimes and I really do enjoy the fragrance. Do I think it is worth the hype and the best Nishane fragrance? No, but you guys know my taste by now. I like very intense fragrances, very unique fragrances. I've been collecting fragrances for so many years. So a fragrance like this I can appreciate and I can really enjoy, but it's not something to ride home about in my opinion, because Nishane 100 Silent Ways is a very beautiful vanillic floral woody perfume. It's very, very nice, but in my opinion, it's definitely more of like an entry niche fragrance. And I don't say that in a bad, negative way. I just mean that this fragrance is perfect for somebody who's typically used to wearing Chanel or Dior, Guerlain, Paco Rabanne, whatever, etc. And then they want to get into niche fragrances. This is typically the sort of scent that I would recommend them start with, because the quality is there, it's very beautiful, it's very long lasting, but the DNA is not very unique. Myself, I much prefer Nefs, Zen, Fabianus, so many others from Nishane rather than 100 Silent Ways. But I'm not trying to be a hypocrite, because you can still see that I wear it from time to time. I actually enjoy layering with this fragrance a lot because it has a really beautiful DNA, but like I said, it's not the most unique. What you have in here is some white flowers mixed with vanilla and some sandalwood, but the most prominent note in here is the vanilla. So with all of that being said, do I think that 100 Silent Ways is worth all of the hype and all of the attention that it gets? For me personally, I know you guys are gonna hate me right now, no, but I do think, and you guys will know because I've recommended it in some entry niche videos, I think it's a great entry niche scent, but I don't think it's a mind-blowing fragrance for me. So that is my hot take of this one. Yeah. The next fragrance that is super viral right now is from the brand Jousset. And this fragrance was in collaboration with Luckyscent. I assume that Luckyscent sent out PR bottles of this one, because I have heard non-stop, people non-stop talking about it. It is Accident à la Vanille, Crème de la Berry from Jousset. Now, very long name, but very, very interesting fragrance, you guys. Any of you that really, really love gourmand fragrances, you have to give this one a sniff. This is literally a strawberry milkshake in a bottle. A strawberry milkshake in a bottle. This is what you are getting with this fragrance right here. I don't want to say the name again. Honestly, guys, I don't even know the notes, and I'm not even going to go ahead and look at them. They will be on the screen. This is so creamy and milky, and it almost has something a little bit breadish about it, if you know what I mean when I say breadish. It has that kind of like bread feeling. It does actually remind me of One Umbrella for Two from Floricu. I actually have it down there somewhere. They do remind me a little bit of each other, because when I first smelled this fragrance, it reminded me of a muesli bar. When I was younger, I used to eat these delicious but really unhealthy muesli bars back in Australia, and it really reminds me of that. But another way to describe the scent would be a really delicious strawberry creamy milkshake. It's really a great fragrance, you guys. It's very long lasting, it's very gourmand, but if I'm being honest, I don't wear it that frequently because I'm not really sure if I want to smell like food. I want to smell really sexy and really strong and really, I don't know, powerful. This is a very, very like gourmand, edible type of fragrance, and I know a lot of you will love it. I know a lot of you will love it, and it is perfect for like a cozy night on the couch in the fall or winter with your partner or your friend or your mum, and you're just sitting there all snuggled up. This fragrance would be so cute in that situation. Do I think it's worth the hype? Yes, I do think it's worth the hype because it's a very interesting gourmand scent. There is not many on the market today that smell exactly like this. And I think it's definitely, again, a fragrance that is worth a sniff. Next up, we have the new release from Acro. Actually, there is a new release from Acro. It's called East, which I smelled back in March because they showed us the fragrances Bake and East, and they're both amazing. This right here is Bake, and I have recently been seeing this fragrance pop up a lot on TikTok, and a lot of people are absolutely loving it because, again, this is another very, very gourmand fragrance. Like, it smells like food. What you're gonna get with Bake, I'm just gonna simplify it for you guys. Do you know, I'm asking you like you're right in front of you right now, but do you know limoncello? It is a drink, well, it's a digestive that Europeans drink typically after a meal. Now, this fragrance, it reminds me of a cupcake with limoncello inside. It has the cupcake kind of feeling underneath, like it really smells like a vanilla cupcake underneath, but on top you have that very bitter and punchy kind of rind of the lemon. So the combination of both of those ingredients just smells incredible, you guys. Now, I do want to say, if you're a fan of this fragrance, which I'm about to speak about in a minute, Lira from Casamarati, you should definitely try Bake because I feel like what they've done is not the same. They definitely haven't taken inspiration because it's very common to mix citrus with gourmand notes. I just feel like you will love the contrast of this fragrance because you really feel the bitterness, the zest from that lemon, but then you also feel that delectable, creamy, kind of cakey gourmand sensation underneath. And the creator of this brand is Olivier Cresp, and he was the man to create gourmand fragrances. So you best believe that this is a fantastic gourmand scent. And also the longevity and projection is fantastic on my skin. 8 hours of really good wear with a really nice projection as well. I do want to wear it more, but we are in the horrible humid summer right now in Dubai, so I'm waiting for it to cool down a little bit, hopefully next month, and then I'm going to start wearing this one on maybe like nights out and stuff. I guess I will go over here now. This is Lira from Casamarati. I'm sure a lot of you guys know this one because it's a very, very popular fragrance on social media, especially on TikTok. On TikTok, I feel like people love Casamarati. They love Dama Bianca, oh my gosh, Lira, Bouquet Ideal, Italica, but I would say the most popular is Lira. Oh my gosh, you guys, I used to wear this fragrance a lot when I was living back home in Australia. My bottle I've had for several years now, and I love smelling this fragrance. And you know what really hurt me is that when I met Pierre, and I was obsessed with Lira when I just met Pierre, and I remember taking it on a trip that we made to Sydney, I think, in Australia, and I took this with me and I was wearing it, and he was like, oh my god, what is your fragrance? It is absolutely horrible. And ever since then, I was so upset with his reaction of the scent that I just completely stopped wearing it, because I hate to admit it, but Pierre definitely has an influence on what I choose to wear. Like, I don't want my boyfriend to be disgusted by my perfume, and when he smelled this on me, he was literally like, I hate what you're wearing right now, and that really deeply offended me. So anyways, the most prominent notes that I pick up in Lira is, of course, that beautiful blood orange note, which brings a slight bitterness on top. Then you have this gorgeous kind of spicy, warm cinnamon touch, a lot of caramel and a lot of vanilla. So you get something a little bit bitter very warm and spicy, sweet and creamy, and it's just incredible. Like, smelling it right now, I don't care what Pierre thinks, I am totally going to be wearing this scent when it starts to cool down because it's just super addictive, very, very long lasting on the skin, and it has a beautiful projection. And in terms of gourmand fragrances from Casuarati, if I had to choose between Italica and Lyra, I think I would choose Lyra because it's a little more wearable than something like Italica. So definitely recommend Lyra. I do really think it's worth it. Casuarati in general, for the most part, I would say are definitely worth the hype. Next up we have MFK, Maison Francis Kurkdjian Gentle Fluidity Gold. Now, is it gonna focus? Yes. Again, you guys may hate me for this, but I do not really see the hype with Gentle Fluidity Gold. Now, you guys know me, I love MFK, I think it's such a beautiful brand, and so many of their fragrances are incredible for me. Oud Satin Mood, Grand Soir, Baccarat Rouge, the X-Ray. There is a few more that I absolutely love from MFK, but Gentle Fluidity Gold, in my opinion, is not really worth all of the hype it gets, because on TikTok especially, this fragrance is seen as one of the most incredible fragrances. I would say it's the second most popular MFK behind Baccarat Rouge. You will notice that in a few of my videos, I have recommended it in the same way that I recommend Nichane 100 Silent Ways. I think that this is a fantastic entry niche fragrance. If you are just coming into niche, this is a great fragrance to try because it's very easy, it's not too complex, it's not disturbing, and I'm not shitting on fragrances like that. I just don't believe that all of the crazy hype that this fragrance has received is 100% worth it. I think that Grand Soir and Oud Satin Mood are far better than this fragrance right here, because Gentle Fluidity Gold is a very simple vanilla fragrance. You have vanilla and musk and wood, so it's very smooth, it's very well blended. I do have to say that it's very, very well blended. The vanilla is not too much, the sweetness is not overwhelming, it's just perfectly sweet in the middle, and it's sweet where you could wear this fragrance every single day, all year round, summer, autumn, winter, spring, and any occasion, because it's not too overwhelming. But like I said, I just feel like it's not very unique, and it's a little bit boring and flat in my opinion. Another thing that let this fragrance down for me is the longevity and projection. I have worn it, you guys can see I have worn this fragrance, it's not like I've sprayed it once. I have worn it, I have really made an effort to understand the scent, and for me it doesn't last. It lasts around 4 or 5 hours on my skin, and then it's really, really, really subtle. So that's another reason for me that I don't think the scent is worth it. It's not beast mode, it doesn't have an amazing sillage, it's just very flat for me. So Gentle Fluidity Gold, for me, not worth it at all, but I know so many people love this one. Finally, we have a new kind of trendy fragrance that everyone is speaking about. This is Gossip Night from Gritty. Another gourmand. Are you guys surprised? Now, Gossip Night I have spoken about because I absolutely love this fragrance. I feel like if you love this fragrance, you will love this fragrance. And if you're wondering which one I think is better, I have to say Gossip Night, because of the fact that this scent smells more wearable. This one really smells like food. Gossip Night is teetering on the line of smelling like food, but it still smells like a perfume in my opinion. Gossip Night is this gorgeous, warm, creamy, almost tropical, just dreamy fragrance. You have some peach, you have mango, you have some coconut, some florals, whipped cream. It's just delectable on the skin, you guys. What I really appreciate about it is that it doesn't smell too much like food. It is very gourmand and creamy and very just delectable, but not too much to the point where it smells like a food product. So I love it. Longevity and projection is also good. It's not a beast. I would say it's around 7-8 hours on the skin with a nice projection, but I just love this one and I definitely think it's worth checking out. That is it, guys. Thank you so much for watching this video. I had to film an intro and stop this video about 25 times between the construction, my dog's packages, Pierre. I am just ready to go and eat something and de-stress because that was really, really stressful. I hope that you guys enjoyed hearing about some TikTok viral scents. Let me know what you think, and if you have any other videos that you want me to film, I can definitely do so. I love you guys, and I will see you very soon. Bye bye.